This, a glass of water. I take this for granted. Just 2 weeks ago, it was so easy for all of us to just go out for a walk or a jog. It was so easy. I took it for granted. I could go to a coffee shop and have coffee. I took it for granted. I could hug a friend, shake hands with a friend. It was so easy. I took it for granted. The little things, the mundane things, I've taken all of them for granted. Right now, at home, I understand how many things I've taken for granted. The little things and the not so little things. Akash, I meant the sky. Jal, Vayu, Prithvi, elements of nature. How many things we take for granted. Hi. Vanakkam. Namaskara. My name is Priya Muthukumar. I'm a storyteller. I share stories to students, children, families through my storytelling initiative called Story Pool, based out of Bengaluru. So here I am to share a story that resonates so much with me. Okay, but before that, thank you, Mr. Anil Srinivasan, for the opportunity, and I'm so glad that I am part of the Janta Curfew Online Festival. So let's jump into the story, right? So this is a folktale from Japan. Though it's a folktale from Japan, you see your storyteller, which is me, I'm a South Indian, so it's very difficult for me to remove that South Indian from me, right? So I'm going to be including a little bit of South Indian tune to our Japanese folktale. Let's go to the tune right away. It's a very simple one, okay? It starts like this. Tok, 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 tok. Let's go to the story. Once upon a time, just once upon a time, not twice, not thrice, in a small village in Japan, there was a small hut, and in that hut there lived a poor man, a stonecutter, whose name was Yoshi. Every day, as usual, Yoshi woke up. He didn't have that smile on his face. He was never happy. There was no joy in his life. He wore the same old clothes, and he just walked to the quarry, carrying his heavy hammer, cribbing, grumbling all the while. Just look at my hands, they're so rough, he complained. Just look at my clothes, he complained. Just look at my life, it's so boring and uninteresting, he said. That day too, he carried his heavy hammer, and he just walked to the mountain ranges. And there he started breaking the rocks. Are you ready with the tune? Yeah, you can join me wherever you are. Tok, 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 tok. That's how his days went by. He loaded the rocks into his cart and he dragged them to give them, sell it off, right? So that day also, he went to a rich man's house. He had this delivery to be made. He knocked at his door. The door opened. The rich man stood over there and Yoshi said, "Sir, your delivery, the rocks, the stones are ready. You wanted them for statues, right?" And the rich man said, "Stay right over there," very authoritatively, as he walked inside to get a bag full of coins to be given to Yoshi. Yoshi waited outside with drooping shoulders, with an upturned mouth, and he looked at the rich man's house. Wow, chandeliers. Just look at the curtains, silk curtains, velvet carpets. Look at the dining table. Oh, it's made of marble. And look at the rich man and his clothes, and his hands are so soft and smooth. Now, the Japanese always believed those days that there were mountain spirits which kept floating past. That's when the kind mountain spirit seemed to pass that side. There was a cool breeze. And the mountain spirit came floating that side, and she overheard what Yoshi wished for. Yoshi said, "How I wish I could be the rich man. I think that would be the most powerful thing or position to be in," he said. The mountain spirit said, "Your wish shall be granted and you shall become rich." Yoshi became a rich man. His house had completely changed. He had the same marble dining table. He had the same silk curtains and velvet carpets. He led a very lazy life. It was just eating and whiling away time. And one day Yoshi looked out of his window, and that's when he saw a prince being carried by 4 of his servants in a palanquin. Ho, 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 ho. Yoshi looked at the prince with envy and said, "Wow, what a life. 4 people are carrying him. How I wish I could become prince," thought Yoshi. The kind mountain spirit, you know that, right? She came right over there and she heard what Yoshi had wished for. "Your wish shall be granted, and Yoshi, you shall be the prince." Yoshi the stonecutter became the rich man, and from a rich man he became the prince now. What a princely life that was. He led a luxurious life. And just like the prince he had seen earlier, one day he decided to go out, being carried by 4 of his servants in his own palanquin. Okay? And ho, 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 ho. It was such a hot day. Yoshi began to sweat. One of his servants had brought a soft cloth to wipe his sweat off. Another servant had got some fresh juice. Another servant started fanning him. But wait a minute, it was scorching hot and Yoshi was sweating so badly. That's when Yoshi looked up and he said, "Wow, I think the sun must be the most powerful one. And how I wish I could be." You know what was coming. The sun, he said. Just then, the mountain spirit, which came floating by, said, "Yoshi, your wish shall be granted." How easy was that, right? "And you can become the sun now," she said. Yoshi became the sun. He rose to the sky. He was a huge orangish red ball of fire. He stood there in the sky, looking down at all the creatures, big and small. He took pride in the fact that he was the prime source of energy for the bugs, beetles, small, big plants, and of course the human beings. Now that pride is just getting altered into arrogance. I am the most powerful. He started shining brightly. It became hotter and hotter. The days were really hot. People ran into their houses, so that they feel a little cool. Animals started looking for shade. Plants wilted. As Yoshi stood over there came 2 huffy puffy clouds. Whoo, 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 whoo. 2 clouds came floating this side and hid Yoshi completely. Yoshi tried his best, Up he peeked. Below he looked, but the clouds were too efficient. They wouldn't kind of let him escape. Okay, they hid him completely. That's when Yoshi the sun thought, "I think the clouds must be the strongest, the most powerful ones." By now, the mountain spirit was a little tired, really wary of this man and his wishes. But however, she was kind and she decided to grant him his wish. And she said, "Your wish shall be granted and you will become the cloud now." From a stonecutter to a rich man, from a rich man to the prince, from the prince to the bright sun, from the sun to the clouds. Yoshi stood in the sky. I have arrived. I've reached. This is my moment. I'm the cloud. Let me show to them how powerful I am. He started sending rain. Who doesn't like rains? The grass became greener. People were happier. They danced in the rain. The trees swayed. There was a lot of fresh water. But I told you, pride can become arrogance. And Yoshi thought, "Let me send more rains, torrential ones." And it started raining heavily. It poured and poured and poured and poured and poured. Non-stop. There were floods everywhere. People didn't know where to live now because their houses were flooded. Animals were dying. Plants what do I say about plants? Now, there was so much of water everywhere. Just then, Yoshi was having one of those, Naragasura kind of laughters, and he said, from a stone cutter to a rich man to a prince, from a prince I became the sun, and the sun and the cloud, and from the cloud I think I've arrived. I am the most powerful one, he said. And he started looking down. Everyone was running and everyone seemed to be a little disturbed. But wait, hold on, 1 minute. There was someone, rather something, which stood just like that. Not an inch moved. He looked down. Oh, that's the mountain. The mountain just stood tall and mighty. Nothing could affect him. And that's when Yoshi said, I think I would prefer to be a mountain this time. The mountain spirit, yes, heard Yoshi, and the mountain spirit said, I grant you your wish, and you shall become the mountain. And Yoshi became the mountain. He stood there tall with an arrogant smile. He said, that's it, man. Nothing can happen to me because I am the most powerful and the strongest one, okay? Nothing can do anything to me, right? How I wish to be here, It's been a long time. It's been a long journey from a stonecutter. I became this, and I became that, and I became that, and I have arrived. Oh my God, so much. He spoke to himself, But there was a sound. But wait a minute, only when you keep quiet, you'll be able to listen, right? That inner dialoguing, you need to stop, right? Yes, he stopped. And he listened. Very patiently. The sound seemed to come from the bottom of the mountain. And the sound was very faint and feeble. Tuk, 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 tuk. Tuk, 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 tuk. He just bent and looked down. He saw a stone cutter, another one. And the stone cutter was busy breaking the rocks from this mountain, Yoshi the mountain, chipping them one at a time. Chip, 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 chip. Chip, 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 Yoshi thought, I think I would wish to be a stonecutter because I think he's the most powerful one. Don't you think so? Oof. The mountain spirit came over there and she granted his wish. Your wish shall be granted and you shall become a stonecutter. But this time, when she floated by, she had a smile on her face because she knew that he's going to be happy with this one. So Yoshi became a stonecutter once again. He was a stonecutter earlier, and then he became a rich man, and then he became a prince, and then he became the sun, and then he became the clouds, and then he became a mountain, and now he was a stonecutter. The next day morning, Yoshi woke up straight to the mountain ranges. He wasn't tired. He wasn't frustrated. He wasn't grumpy. He wasn't complaining. But he was one happy stonecutter who had learnt a lesson never to take anything for granted. Thank you so much. So my dear friends, let's remember the small things, the big things, the boring things, the mundane things. Everything counts. Stay safe, stay at home. We shall overcome. Thank you so much.